So I'm just going to go down the line here and look at some of these ranked matches and see what I did. It's been a while and I don't remember the matches. I know the ones that I have saved are ones that I wanted to critique. Either I got beat really bad or I did something cool that I want to be able to replicate what buttons got beat and so on. So I'm just going to do a few of these matches, like maybe a few sets just to test it out and then export it over to YouTube and put it on there. So let's start with Balrog. Alright, here we go. So I notice I do have the bad habit of neutral jumping against characters that have like a dash type move. Alright, so I think that was a good little mini shimmy right there. I use that move way too much, I feel. But I do think I'm getting better at keeping at max range and using that push, but also doing that crouch way too much. And so I'm noticing that he's really aggressive, so I'm starting to really just put on a little bit more lateral or horizontal pressure. He's not jumping in a lot, so there's no point to me really doing a lot of projectiles, except just to keep him on his toes. And then that was supposed to be an instant overhead, but he wound up getting hit before I even had a chance to do that. Still combo though. Interesting. And I find that playing Balrog has helped me with my reaction time. Like, I'm not thinking about it, but I know that he has a lot of time before he actually gets that spin move out, so I'm just basically stuffing that move because I know I can. But it's just automatic. It's not like I'm doing it consciously. So right here, I'm pretty sure I'm just feeling him out. I have a bad habit of doing that in the middle of a match, just seeing what they're going to do. And then I get a little bit too turtleish and get stuck in that mentality. So now I'm stuck in the corner because I turtled way too much and have to get myself out of there. Put myself back into it. But he's starting to turtle right here, and so I'm taking advantage of that. He's jumping in and making dumb mistakes, but I'm not capitalizing on the damage right there. I could have done a medium kick for an anti-air, and I don't use it enough. I rely on that jab right there, jabbing again, not doing any follow-ups right there. That's a pretty good follow-up. And I should not have done a heavy punch. I'm pretty sure I did a heavy punch or a heavy kick right there, and I should have did a crouching medium kick or even a light punch just to get the advantage, but I did the super slow move instead. Cost me the match. Not the set though. Decent anti-air. I don't think that was planned though. I'm not gonna take credit for that. Right there, I probably could have gotten more damage. I don't know the frame date on that, but I'm pretty sure it's not safe. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten a medium punch. I think it's like -5 or -6. That was nice right there. I did it a little bit too early because I didn't get the double hit on the EX Sotaja. Right here I'm doing really good pressure, keeping out of his range, but not doing any follow-up moves right here. And so I have all this potential pressure and I'm losing it because I'm not really doing anything. And here he almost had the stun and I wasted it. I kept the pressure on him, but I could have ended that match a lot sooner if I had actually done some follow-up attacks. So there again, neutral jump. That's what I'm talking about. I did it again because I just assumed he'd dash at me, but I don't think smart Balrog players are going to do that on startup on the very first match. So he's doing a better job of staying out of my range. But he's still, like, I don't know, I feel like he's not making the right moves right here. And then that wasn't smart at all to just dive in there. I had the advantage of the range. He had to come to me. That was nice. I should have did a light instead because I would have gotten a combo off of that, but instead I just wasted that, and that's me just kind of playing around with the idea of it, just experimenting in the match because I don't do a lot of cancels into slides, and I'm finding that it's a good throw-off move. Here I'm just taking way too much damage in the corner. I was too busy. I know I'm thinking about that move, like my mind wandered, and that's when I start to make a lot of mistakes when my mind wanders, and even though the thoughts are productive, I have to learn how to manage to fight first and then focus on the plan afterwards. So I need to ponder after the sets, not during them, which is what I tend to do. Like, oh, I wonder if I can do this. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. And I'm just sitting here getting hit. And on ranked, it's not that important, but I want to go to tournaments, and so I have to get into the mentality of being able to adjust on the fly, then thinking about it for the next match, rather than trying to incorporate it in this match and just confusing myself while trying to defend and attack. This is way too much to think about. Psychology. So, not paying attention, not respecting the lows that he has. Turtling a little bit. He's not falling for anything. He X's me. Now I'm just getting bopped because I'm too busy thinking about how to get in. Nice grab. No follow-up whatsoever. No setup. Nothing. That was probably like a late heavy kick too. I like that. Didn't have enough meter. Almost got myself bopped because of it. That's what happens when you're not paying attention to your meter though, and so I still won that round, but I almost threw that if he was good because he had full meter. He could have torn me up with that mess up, but I guess he wasn't expecting me to drop the combo, so luck was on my side there, but you can't. And there again, neutral jump, and he knew it. He read that neutral jump. I didn't notice that last time, but that's what I get for doing the same thing over and over again. So again, I'm in the corner, and honestly, I like being in the corner for whatever reason. Like, I have to practice my footsies a lot more. I don't have anywhere to go. I like fighting in the corner. I don't know why. Certain characters I don't like fighting in the corner, like Armika, but Balrog, I find that it's more enjoyable. But I wasn't paying attention, and he wanted just bopping me. All right, here we go. Final match. Am I gonna neutral jump? I did. Look at that. I'm telling you, I'm predictable. It's ridiculous. Watching my own matches is kind of painful now that I'm realizing it. I did it 3 matches or 3 sets in a row. I think I did it almost every single set. And you see, not hit confirming. If you don't practice your hit confirms, that's what happens. You're not paying attention. And I just lost a lot of damage right there. Did my heavy too late. I should have did a medium kick or something like that. I'm thinking that was good. I did think he was going to dash in on me. I grabbed too early though. Right idea, we would have teched, but I just did it way too early. And so I think he has me kind of figured out right here. Yeah, so I jump in way too much. I think I tried to go for the cross up and didn't cover my direction with a projectile or anything. So did something different. Thank you. He's a little confused. I'm using it probably a little bit too much, but just trying to bait that out of him, but I don't think I punished it in time. I could have gotten a super right there if I had paid attention. Hit confirming again. One of my weak points. One of the areas that I'm working on right now. You get some good damage. About to get the stun. That was a stressful one to watch. Stressful to watch. I could have gotten the super off a couple times and I didn't do it. And I really think that goes to poor execution and lack of muscle memory. So it's kind of interesting watching these matches a couple of days afterwards because I don't really recall it. So it's me playing, but not really, you know, I'm not in the moment. I'm just kind of watching and commentating, and it's helping me to really see some of the bad habits, like the whole neutral jump thing. And I don't think I neutral jump at him because I know he has that instant air. So I do that instead, and I can't crouch that. I'm almost sure I can't. Right there, I shouldn't have jumped in. I just kind of panicked. Like, projectile. I want to call it projectile impulse to just jump over it without really being logical about it. You're just hitting muscle memory because you see a projectile. Amateur habits. Not respecting his armor moves. I have a lot of double moves, and I'm probably gonna have to use those against Birdie and other armored characters more often, and that's something that I'm slowly learning. And right idea, but it didn't work, and so now I know that I probably can't beat out his EX chain grab with my EX Sotoja. Didn't know that, now I do. So trying to outpoke this guy at this point, and I don't know why I dashed in right there. I don't know if that was an input error or what. He's really sweeping a lot, and I think I don't notice that until next set. Yeah, right there. That's why I was like, okay, I'm not reaching him with my moves. I need to figure out something else. So, and the thing is that rebel characters scare me, and I don't think I got a good punish right here. It was decent. Not expecting the sweep, and he just destroys me. I just stood there. I just stood there. And so that, I kind of turtled. I forgot what moves he had. I wasn't thinking about the moves that he had in his arsenal. and just sat there and waited to punish instead of anticipating some sort of grab move. And I'm finding that that's an issue when you're not thinking about who you're fighting, because he has all these moves that just grab me from a long range, and I didn't respect that, and that's what caused me to pay for it. Now, a lot of times I want to sit there and just think, and I enjoy sitting there and thinking about it, but I want to get into the habit of thinking on the fly, really adjusting. Like, that's part of what fighting games are. Street Fighter specifically is really just adjusting on the fly and being able to adapt to any situation, and not kind of using the excuse of, oh, I was more so thinking about it. You know, that's kind of, you almost like the try hard sort of mentality. It's like, oh, you're a try hard. And it's like, I'm kind of in my own mentality trying to justify me not winning that match because I was thinking rather than actually just trying to win. So trying to get that bullshit thought aside.
It ain't too late to run off to mum now.
It ain't too late to run off the mum now.
2 minutes. I'll finish you in 2 minutes.
Round one.
Do I jump in here? Yeah, I do. Okay, I was ready for that one. I don't think he was. I love that move. Not the smartest move to do in that situation though, because he's been sweeping a lot. So I should have known better. Okay, so completing my combos. Don't know why I jumped away like that, but I did. I'm glad that I did that, and I didn't get any damage. I wound up beating him, but execution, like I didn't. That was terrible because I didn't anticipate the distance. I was too far. I couldn't jump in. I couldn't neutral jump, and I didn't know what buttons to press, and wasn't ready for that specific scenario. So trying to bait out some moves from him, I think. Not sure which move exactly. That worked out in my favor, but I don't think I should have pressed that button. That I was very proud of. And so I'm trying to mix it up with the grabs. Kind of figured he would jump at me or throw something at me, although kind of an unsafe choice because he could have done the EX chain, and I think that grabbed me sliding or in the air, if I'm not mistaken. So I wound up winning that round, very happy, but I'd still made a lot of different mistakes that I think were quite avoidable with a little bit of training. So let's see what I do on startup against this birdie. I'm gonna guess I do a down forward heavy punch. I honestly don't remember. So let's see here. Nope, neutral jump. I should have done something else other than grab. See, that's judging distance. I've been practicing my distance, but I don't think I've been practicing my grab range distance, and that's actually kind of hurting me. I'm slowly noticing, and I don't know what I was thinking right there, but I do have an idea about that now that I'm thinking about it. I backed up instead of really doing anything. I could have gotten the heavy kick because he was not blocking properly, but I do think that I can mix up and block and then try to bait out an EXDP or something like that now that I'm thinking about it. I think I'll have enough time. If I don't place the trap, I'll have to play with that with different characters. It's the thought I'm having right now, and that's why I love making these videos, because I can go back, edit this, and listen to what I'm saying and be like, oh yeah, I can do that. Go into training mode and do that. I do remember this match where I just was like kind of in the zone. He was making all the wrong moves, and I just kind of read him right and actually had some decent combos, had some crazy setups, and that's what I was talking about right there. When I switched around, he didn't know what side I was going to land on, and that's something that I don't think about. Is as Fong, I'm too worried about getting hit, because if you press a button, I can get hit. But also, if you do time it wrong or guess wrong, or what side I'm going to be on, then that's kind of in my advantage. So it's a gamble, but if I do it right, then I can get some good setups for potential damage, cancel into a V-trigger, even get a super. So it's something that I've got to play with that I haven't been brave enough to really try out yet. So it's something that I'm going to look at in the future. But I'm going to hop off for now. If you guys are still in here, thank you guys for watching. I hope to do more of these breakdowns. I want to get better at this game. I have a tournament coming up at the end of this month, Frosty Faustings in Chicago. That said, I will catch you later, and have a good night.
Hey guys, Philosopher here, and if you're like me, then you love the constant pursuit of mastery. Mastery is something that I strive for every single day, not just in fighting games, but in all parts of my life. And if mastery is something that fascinates you just as much as it fascinates me, then I also highly recommend you get this book called Mastery by Robert Greene. Very great book. He goes through and talks about many of the masters of the past, the Edisons, the Wright brothers, Da Vinci. So many people who are considered masters, they weren't born that way. They didn't just wake up and become masters. They went for their craft, they went for their passions, and they worked on them every single day until they became masters. They failed over and over again until they became the best in their field. And if that's something that interests you, I'll put a link down below where you can pick up either the audiobook or the physical copy of the book. Highly recommend it. And if you do get this book, it actually helps this channel be able to continue to do what I'm doing, be able to get more interviews, be able to continue to fund this channel. So thank you guys so much in advance, and I will see you in the next one.